Starbane's Avenue.
Dave, I hope you're ready for another exciting show. Do you know how many episodes of the show we've done so far?
I'm gonna guess 800.
It's not even close, Dave.
Okay.
All right, Dave, why don't you tell the people out there where they can find us?
You could find us now on the Starburn Network, which we're pretty pumped about, but also on
throw an S
that's
on
what
there.
I said. I didn't say Starbucks.
You said Starburn Network.
What did I say?
You said Starburn. You said singularly. It's an S.
All right, I'm not good at plurals, but anyway, check us out on Six Unseemly at all social media, and at Six Unseemly Questions.com.
Unseemlyquestions.com.
That's what I said.
Are you kidding right now?
A little bit, but no.
All right, let's get this show started.
Six Unseemly Questions!
Welcome to Six Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick,
co-host,
Dave Rosinsky. We've got a great contestant on the show today, Neko White. Turn on your camera, Neko White. Come on up.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Yes,
welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Fellas, thank y'all so much for having me. The pleasure is mine to be with you.
Awesome. All right. It's time to, we're going to bring up our studio audience. They're also fantastic. We've got Paul Sullivan and Sean Patton, studio audience. Thank you so much for being here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right. Neko, I'm going to explain how the show works to you, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I will ring a bell if I like your answer like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I will not ring a bell, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get, I will decide whether or not your appearance on the show is worth giving you $5 whole. All right. Neko, question number 1. Why do you have a mask with your name on it?
Because why not? Why do you wear a mask that don't have your name on it? Because when you think about it, to go outside with a mask, I'm in an area where there's a good amount of people that actually share the same square-headed features as I do. So I just had a mask with my name on it, so people would know that it's me when they saw it. But
don't you feel like if
Totally
you have a
makes
mask
sense.
with your name on it, that maybe you could get abducted? Like if somebody be like, "Hey, Neko, come over here. I've got a truck full of candy."
You know what's funny? I thought of that for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, I am 6'3". If I'm abducted, I deserve every part of that abduction, bro.
All right.
And also, if you lose your mask, you can easily get it back. That's why
100%.
And that's why Victor writes his name on all his underwear.
I
I don't know why he's so surprised.
I think it's
Yeah.
great, especially if you're working with people, you don't always remember their names. You don't have to say, "Yeah, what's your name?" Just read the damn name across their face. It's perfect.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah. Let's all stop asking each other what our names are.
You know, everybody seems so against the idea that I think it's weird that he had a mask with his name on it. I'm going to give him the bell, all right?
Bam!
I'll accept when I'm wrong.
Nice. Right off the
Okay.
bat.
If there's overwhelming evidence to the contrary, I'll accept that. Okay. It is time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you please tell people out there what you do?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yes, you are.
All the things that come with that. So right now, content creator, and when we get back to being able to do our thing, it'll be back to the jokes. But till then, great content.
Oh, wow. That is a thing now. Like with every comedian is like, now I'm creating content 90% of the time. Like that's a thing right now. As you can, and thank you for being on my podcast. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, it is. It is the way now. It is time for question number 2. Question number 2, is it better to be feared or loved?
It's better to be loved because people that fear you will kill you. That's one of the things that I was taught coming up. I personally, I never want someone to be afraid of me. People that are afraid, they take precautions to make sure that they're safe. You don't want someone to be afraid of you. And the last thing you want over anything is someone afraid of you. You don't know that they're
When you
afraid.
say learned coming up that people who feel you will kill you, were you in like a live samurai movie?
Oh no, nothing like that. I mean, growing up in the area where I grew up, that was one of the phrases that would go around. Literally just like that. That was
what area was that?
I don't want to snitch, but the one that I live in, I'm still here, bro. We can talk about that shit when it's in real hindsight.
Nice. It's like if someone knows that you have a gun, they'll come after the person with the gun first.
You see what I'm saying? Or if you're in a if you're in a fight and people assume that that one hits the hardest because they're the biggest, knock them out first.
Hold on. I'm writing this down. Hold on. Knock
Go for it, Paul.
them out first. Thank you.
Yep. No doubt, bro.
All right. And well, then I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say a bell on that question because it sounds like it's pretty good advice.
You got some good knowledge right there.
It's pretty good advice that Feared and Loved. I would think though, you know what? I would take Feared if they feared me because I had like unnatural superpowers. Like if that was the reason that they feared me, then I would be like, okay, I'll take Feared so that I could just have those powers.
Yeah, your powers would be like claws. Or something like
claws.
Long nails, I mean.
Yeah. Your answer's dependent on whether you're an X-Man, which is not going to
I was about to say, yeah.
Right. Well, I know. I know
you
it's
Sabertooth out here, huh?
Yes, I know it's unlikely, but I'm just saying that's what I would like. Also, I would just like to say that my power would not be long nails, Dave. That wouldn't be the case.
But maybe like bushy eyebrows or something.
No,
you know what? I'm gonna come in here on Victor's side, bro. That wouldn't be your power, as a matter of fact. You would definitely be Charles Xavier, no question about it. Just from looking at you, you would be the headmaster of that school, wheelchair and all.
No, Victor's eyes have always been messed up, which is why I want him to be Cyclops. I want him to be able to have the laser.
It is time for question number 3. Oh, did I give you a bell? I gave you a bell. Okay, so it's time for question number 3. All right, question number 3. What are your plans for Black History Month?
To ignore it. That's my plans for Black History Month. For me, man, it always seemed like Black History Month, the way they advertised it, was nothing but slavery and sad stories. So because of that, I usually try to avoid it. This year, they've added some more nonsense, which is the campaign for the Harriet Tubman 20 thing. So yeah, I'm skipping this year, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'll tell you what, I do a running gag on Black History Month where I just pretend like I can act any old way that I want to, and my white friends have to take it. I do that like every.
You do that year round.
Doing that gag,
not just in February. That's like 12 months a year.
Vic, I'm right there with you. I do the same thing.
Yeah, but I will say like there are things about Black history that are pushed in Black History Month that I don't agree with all the time. I don't know how to explain it referring to Black History Month, but I will say this. I hate going to see any movie about downtrodden Black people with white people in the audience. That's just like how I feel. Like I would never go see 12 Years a Slave in a theater. I would never do that. Yeah. I would watch it at home and just be angry at home. So I'm just saying that. So something about that intertwined with Black History Month is the same feeling goes around.
Yeah. Imagine knowing that at the end of January, like preparing yourself for the anger you're about to feel at the media you're about to see for the next 28 days. Yeah, that's what it gets like for me sometimes. But who knows? Maybe this year be different.
I get it. You know what? I get it.
My man.
It is now time for.
I stayed quiet during all that. There was no way I was going to say a goddamn
That was absolutely appropriate. Absolutely appropriate, Paul.
Yo, I was here waiting on you, Paul. Like, come on, bro. Do it. Let's all get canceled, man.
I think the only movie I ever saw with Victor in the theater was probably Pluto Nash. I think that was probably the only time I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's really
What was that like?
What was what like? Being in a movie or going to see the movie?
Seeing Pluto Nash in the theaters.
It was weird.
I had a blast watching it with you because every time you showed up, we started clapping.
I'll tell you what, that was fun, but it was weird because before I had ever been in movies, I had that unnatural. I didn't understand what being in a movie was about. So I just assumed that if I was in a movie that big on screen for that long, I would have made it. I was like, yeah. Because that's the way I looked at the industry when I was on the outside of the industry. And then now that I'm in the industry, I was just like, why am I in this theater clapping for myself? Why didn't they sweep me up and take me to Hollywood?
What year did Pluto Nash come out? Was it like 1990?
2002, right?
I think it's about 2002.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for question number 4. Question number 4: who'd win in a fight, Goku or Superman?
Goku. Goku would win in a fight, and there was this ridiculous channel called Death Battle that did a versus for Superman and Goku. And what kills me is that when people do these things, they like to use scientific numbers for fictional characters. It's fucking ridiculous. And
is it the science that angers you, or the fact that Goku lost that battle?
No, it's that it made no sense logically to the universes that they were in. So according to the universes that they were in, Superman stands no chance against
How can
Goku.
you say according to the universes they were in and also say you don't like the science?
I'm like this. According to the universes that they're in, being in Dragon Ball Z, he in and of itself is damn near kind of magical. It's not just spirit energy. And let's go back to Superman's weakness, magic. He's already coming in at an L. Man, don't even get me started. We'll be here for that.
All right, I'm gonna say no bell because it would be Superman. All right.
No, see, you keeping the bell away from me because you don't agree, which is bullshit. Then if it was an opinion-based question, why ask it? You know Goku beats the shit out of Superman.
I actually don't.
What
I have the
acumen?
opposite opinion.
Nah, the hell with that. What acumen in fighting outside of throwing hard punches does Superman even have? Y'all gonna stop playing with me.
Victor, Victor, you asked if my kids were in my episode. You asked if my kids were into baseball. They're not, but they have spreadsheet after spreadsheet of matchups like Goku versus Superman, and they
get them, dog.
They break down the physics. They break down the methodology. They break it down to this, and they watch YouTube videos where they
were they sad when they found out that Goku would lose against Superman?
No, because Goku won.
Thank you. They watch it. Yo, Victor out here watching Screw Attack videos, wondering why he got wrong information. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Your kids are wrong. Your kids are wrong.
Well, do you want they'll start saying things? Are you talking pre-crisis Superman? You talking Silver Age Superman? Like we get it ain't just all Christopher Reeve. They need to know which version of Superman.
This question has been ruled already. Okay. No,
you might have.
I mean, Superman's always been consistent with his powers. There's really
he hasn't.
From Silver Age till now.
Hold on.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Silver Age, pre-crisis, post-crisis.
I'm really gonna have to ask everybody to rein in the nerd rage for.
You're talking about Crisis on Earth, right? That whole series.
Nobody answer him. Do not respond.
Nico, you and I got to hang out a little more.
Bro, I'm down.
Yo, talk to me about Marvel. That's what I'm into.
It is time for question number 5. All right. Question number 5, Nico. Do you like babies? Why or why not?
I love babies that aren't mine all the time. Just for the simple fact that they share no DNA relationship to me, which means I have no parental responsibilities. And as soon as I see them, I can be done seeing them.
Oh yeah. So do you think you'll ever have kids?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right.
One of these days, or I won't. And if I don't, then it's gonna be real sad. You know what I'm saying?
But right now you're having your period where you're like, I prefer freedom. And you ever think about your situation and then add a kid and think about how not ready you are for that? So I just got married and my wife definitely wants a kid. She's like, let's go.
See, and I'm not even there yet. I ain't got a wife to marry and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I get it together, hopefully I get it together first and then have one. But to bring one in now, man, I already can barely afford weed.
Yeah, I can see about, I want to put my personal stamp on a person. So definitely a kid would be great.
Yo, you know what I want so bad? I want a kid and I want to take my kid to the dentist and all that shit just so I can see what my face could look like with perfect teeth. Nothing would make me happy. Okay, it is time for me to make a choice actually on that question. Do you like babies? Why or why not? I'm gonna say Bell on that question because it was a good conversation. You brought out some feelings in me as well. Time for question number 6. I will remind you that you can answer these questions any way you want to. You don't have to name names, but this is the question. Question number 6. Who's your arch nemesis in comedy? I don't have an arch nemesis that does stand-up anyway. No, I guess my arch nemesis would be an idea, right? So my arch nemesis in comedy is the idea of somebody having something against you that you don't know about. You know what I mean? Because every now and again you'll hear a story that's about you, but it's 100% not true. Somebody came up to me and told me somebody thought I was talking about them, and when they gave me the name, I went through like the 3 stages of somebody you don't know saying you were saying something about them, which is acceptance, who is this motherfucker, and the complete and utter, I'm saying over and over again, like, I don't know this person, and I've never said a word about this before. So
go ahead.
That's what happened. I get the call and they're like, yeah, so-and-so said that they heard you had something to say. I'm like, not only did I have nothing to say, I don't know that motherfucker. And if I'm the type person, if I have something to say, I'll be the first person to tell you. You won't have to find out from anybody. I'm going to come tell you, and I'm going to say it emphatically. So when I heard that, it was like, really? I don't know, guy. And also, I've never had any situation with you to be able to say anything about you. We ain't even from the same place. And then the thing that kills me about our business on that side of it, once they'll have the problem, they'll start the problem, and then they're allowed to just end the problem. They're allowed to go to the person that came up to you, just like, oh, well, just let me go. No, I don't have a problem anymore. It's like you shouldn't have had a problem to begin with, because whoever you're talking about wasn't me. So that.
Yeah, I feel like you want to deal with people face to face. I'm a big face to face person as well. I did have someone in the comedy world once who I found out hated me, and I did not know why. And they were just like talking about me behind my back a lot, apparently. And then I finally confronted them when I saw them next, and I was like, "Hey, you're talking about me. Can you tell me what's up?" It was because I had met them several times and did not remember them. I found out they were just like, I thought I was an asshole because I didn't remember them.
See, but that you can almost get with that. Like, okay, if I did something that you felt I ignored you, then that's one thing, as opposed to you literally don't know a guy.
Right.
It's like, yo, I'm not even on that coast, man. Say what about who? I don't know you.
But that's also how I felt. I didn't know him, so I was just like, really? Because I was like, I didn't remember meeting him, which also made him angry.
Yes.
And so, I you know what? You get a bell. You get a bell.
You got to make an impression, you know? That's it.
Yeah, I guess if he had done something like outstanding, like he's like, hey, watch me walk on my hands. And I'd be like, oh, it's a walk on the hands guy. You've answered all 6 of our questions. It's time to find out whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, please tell people out there where they can find you.
Folks, if you enjoyed me, you can find me on Instagram at Neko White 93. That is at NEKOWHITE93. I have a new comedy special out. It's called Dark Out. It's an hour long. If you care to, please watch it on YouTube. NEKOWHITEDARKOUT. It's me, 1 hour, no audience, and it's something I'm actually really proud of. So give it a look. Let me know if you with it, and follow me on Instagram. Thank you, bro.
Nice.
All right. Great stuff. Now it's time to canvass the room and find out whether or not you're going to get $5. What do you think, Dave? Should Neko get $5?
I'm going to vote yes, because I feel like one day he might possibly join me in the Sad No Kids Club, and I don't want that for him. So, because I know how sad it is. And Neko, you get that kid at some point. So
in your case, the $5 is perhaps to take a lady out on the town.
Yeah, man.
Got it. All right. Paul, what do you think? Should Neko get $5?
Well, the fact that he understands who Goku is and understands that saying Superman is there's not a blanket statement, could mean many things. Not only deserves the $5, but he deserves the joy that I have. These are my guys.
Get out of here.
My twins. They're growing the Tom Sellecks. Those are the COVID-19s. You deserve the $5, and I want you to buy a Dragon Ball comic with it.
Aren't they a little big for Little League?
Well,
I mean, listening to your stories, I thought your kids were like still 6.
Yo,
they have mustaches.
Yeah.
Paul is a real dad, man. Did you see that dad? Like, yo, stop playing.
Sean, what do you think? Should Neko get $5?
I'm gonna say yes, only because I'm pretty sure I owe Nico at least $10, and if I can get you to pay back half that with this vote, so there you go. Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
All right. So let's check with Rachel. Rachel, our producer. Rachel, what do you think? Should Nico get $5?
I'm going to say yes, because ever since he answered question number 1, I liked his answer so much that I've been in another browser looking up custom face masks so that I can put my name on it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. As you can see, she's highly impressionable. Thank you very much, Rachel, for your answer.
You're very welcome.
All right. Nico, what do you think? Should you get $5?
Man, I think that that decision should be made by my peers, and I'll let them make it. Since they've already made it, I will not fight their decision. I'll take that money.
Yeah, you got to be.
All right. You know what?
So far.
I will say that was convincing. I'm going to go for it. You're getting $5, Nico.
My man.
Good job on the
Nice.
show. Thank you for being
Thank
part
you,
of it. Wonderful job. And I just got to wrap up the show. Dave, what did you learn from this week's show?
I learned that even though Nico won the $5, that Sean still owes him $10 because it's unrelated. No matter what, Sean,
That
I'm
money
sorry.
is
Just
spoken for.
yeah, you
Exactly.
still owe him $10, man. That's it.
Disagree to agree. You know, isn't that how it goes?
No, I think it goes exactly the opposite.
Yeah,
Something
everybody
like
out
that.
there, you can find us at Six Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com on the Starburns Network.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.